We'll give everybody a couple minutes to join. How's everybody this evening? All right, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Let me know where you're coming from in the chat. This is what we'll be printing this evening, is this cool little flexi gecko. I left a link to it in the description if you want to print it out as well. Go ahead and get that started. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. And I have the model loaded in here. And if you guys looked at my channel, tomorrow's video will be about ABS, printing with ABS. So I figured since I had it loaded in there, I have two colors of the ABS loaded in here. I thought we would print this little lizard out with ABS. So I thought it'd be cool to make him this mint green. But I think what would be cooler is if we made his eyes this cool orange. Both of these are the ABS. So we'll do a multicolor ABS print tonight. So go ahead and slice that. I was pretty impressed with ABS. To give you guys a sneak peek into tomorrow's video, I was pretty impressed with printing with it. It was pretty cool. 2 hours and 7 minutes, not terrible. And let's see, we do need to do, I have not calibrated the ABS, so we do need to do flow calibration on there. We'll see if the big camera's working. Nope. I put one of my studio lights right above the printer so you can see it a lot better. Not as much as I would like. I still want to put some sort of better camera in there. One of these days I'll figure out how to upgrade it. And for those of you just joining, we'll be printing this out of ABS, and I'm in a different room, and I didn't have to evacuate my house or the neighborhood with printing with it. But I thought this would be cool to print tonight. And we did have one viewer send in quite a few pictures. We'll take a look at those here in a minute, as well as I left a link to their printables page. Go and check it out. They have a lot of cool stuff for the honeycomb wall. And Derek, if you're out there, hello. So while that's doing its thing, let's take a look at... I always want to start out on the Bambu page to see if there's anything new, and I don't know if they've had all of this ASA before, but I actually just ordered some of this gray ASA right here, so I'll do a video on ASA pretty soon as well. And that was the only thing other than maybe a couple of new colors that I saw on the page. I didn't see anything else of interest except I think some new colors and some of the stuff there. And it looks like they still have everything on sale. It looks like they have decent stock of stuff. Not everything's out of stock. Black is always out of stock on the PLA stuff. All right, and if you guys want to see some cool models, go to ME3D and his page. I have a link to it in the description. Like I said, he has some cool stuff on here. We'll look at some of these pictures, but a lot of it's the honeycomb addition to the honeycomb wall, and he did a really good job with his honeycomb wall. It looks really good. We'll see some pictures of it, some more pictures of it. But go check out his page. Make sure that you're following him, and like and share his prints. They're pretty good. You see some pretty useful ones in here. And yeah, take a look at his wall. Looks pretty nice. All those spray paint cams look real nice. Really good organization. And he's in Ireland, so I don't know if he is watching us at the moment, since it's super late or early in the morning over there. But if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for sending these pictures in. And he actually had a little story behind it. I'll read that as well. So he says, "Hey, I'm Derek from Ireland, just jumping in on this Bambu community. Not sure I can make the live stream." He started 3D printing about 5-6 years ago with the Anycubic i3 Megas and a few others. Right now he has a P1P, a Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro, and an Artillery X2. He said he watched my honeycomb video and it was interesting. Thank you for watching it. The P1P was quickly to print. And he says the original design did not factor in heavier tools, and we could see that on the first print. You know, some heavier tools that are on there. Some of this stuff is pretty heavy on here. So he made some modification, and his main purpose is to factor in heavy tools. And then, in fair disclaimer, he's not had the tools on the honeycomb for a long period. PET or other material might do better, opposed to my standard PLA prints. As they are now, I can put drills and other power tools up without a problem. And Derek, if you're watching this on the replay, you may want to look into some of those PLA carbon fiber, PETG carbon fiber, or the ABS or PEC. Might be good as well. The ABS would probably be really good. It'll be very durable. And as they are now, he can put drills and other power tools with no problem. So simple modification to the original, just to add honeycombs and make it easy to print. That is his main focus of his design, and it's amazing when you get engrossed into designing in Fusion 360. So he did all of this in Fusion 360. Then he's given credit to Rasta P, who's the original designer. That's the same one that I gave credit to in my stuff. And then in this picture he says, yes, it took me some months, but he's in a good place now. Main wall's done. And of course, like half the people I feel initially put the honeycombs on backwards. I did the same thing and made a video putting them on backwards as well. And then let's see. And then in this one, this is a modification for the honeycomb step file that allows me to 3D print without any support or stringing. So that's good. You can see where he modified this to be at an angle instead of straight, because it does mess up on the bottom there, and then it makes it all weird to print everything. So that's pretty cool. So now he can put those in the trays like that without any stringing or anything. That's a pretty good idea, Derek. Really good idea. And that's really cool. If you haven't shared just these modified little hexagons here, you should share those on your printables. And then he says with this he can have multiple on here, which is extra holding power, which means you can hold heavier stuff. That's a good idea. Yeah, you can see that nail gun or staple gun or whatever that is, or brad nailer. That spool holder's cool, but yeah, as you can see, look at all those things holding it in, and right there next to the stud there. That's a cool spool holder. When I get my other wall done in the studio, I need to make one of those. Everybody should recognize these empty bamboo spools. Hey, Colorado Adventure Club. Yeah, he did a really good job on these spool holders. I guess these are his design as well. I guess we can take a look at his page. It's ME3D. Yeah, here's the spool holder frame. If you guys want to print this, this would be one that I would bookmark for sure. It just looks like there's just some normal rods in between there. It probably says what size they are in here. 28 millimeter standard broomstick pole. AliExpress 8 millimeter carbon fiber poles work extremely well. Yeah, this one's really cool there. Yeah, be sure to go to his page and like and follow and all of that. Yeah, that looks really cool with the honeycomb on there for the spray paint holder. That looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it, Heather Lynn? Hey, Robert, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, be sure to go check ME3D on printables. Go check this Derek from Ireland. Be sure to go check this stuff out. He's got some cool stuff on there to print. I'm going to definitely print some of this stuff. Let's see what else he has on his designs here. And this is, I guess, that tray. Where you can put heavier stuff in there. Yeah, different sizes of these trays with those slots on there. These are going to be handy for your honeycomb wall. And again, he modified the little pieces that insert into it, so you don't have to print with supports and it doesn't get any stringing or anything. And since there's, look at how many of them that's on there, since there's a bunch of them on there, it'll support more weight. Yeah, that's really cool. He's got a couple things on here. Some screwdriver holders. Here's those cool paint can holders. Magnetic things, some hooks. It's pretty cool. Yeah, those are either some big layers or that's zoomed way in, I think. Colorado Adventure Club. That's cool that you're building another rock crawler. And you 3D printed some stuff. What did you 3D, what did you use filament wise? Carbon fiber or just normal PLA? Let's see. Derek sent in all kinds of, yeah, see, those look really cool. PCCF. You guys, Sunlu sent me some filament. I got it today, so I'll be doing a review of that. I'll calibrate some of that Sunlu filament. They sent me some purple and some pink filament. Not the colors that I would have chose, but hey, whatever. Now I have those colors at my disposal. But I'll be doing a review on that. It looks good so far. Like, I haven't taken it out of its sealed package, but I took it out of the box or whatever. And it looks like decent filament so far. So I'll definitely check it out and see what's going on with Sunlu, and I'll see if I can get some more stuff from them and maybe do some more reviews. Yes, I don't know if on the box, does it say PLA plus? Because on the box of mine, it just says PLA of the Sunlu that I got, that they sent me. And it's fuchsia and sakura pink or whatever is the two colors that they sent me. Oh, those are cool little hooks. Those would be pretty useful. Let's check in on our lizard. Looks like he's doing good. Ooh, looks like there may be a little error. We'll see if it fixes itself. Yeah, see these trays with all of those inserts in there. I bet these are super duper strong. And then Chris just got your printer a week ago and ordered a big batch of Sunlu as my first batch of filament, printed with default settings with amazing results. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. I'll be super interested to see. I'll print one of my standard benchies, and then I'll go ahead and calibrate it and see if there's any difference or not. But yeah, everybody's been saying that. When I first got into 3D printing, I started to print with eSun filament, and that filament's pretty good too. That's outside of Bambu. That's what I print the most with, but people keep telling me about the Sunlu, Chris, so I'm happy to, and they reached out to me, and I was happy to have them send me some, and review it. And man, I sent them a email and told them I wanted to review it, and they had it here within a week. They sent it pretty quick, so they shipped pretty quick too. And the box was real nice. It came, shipped real nice, fast with FedEx. And the packaging and everything looks really, really nice. It's sealed in there, has a little desiccant bag in there and everything. So it looks pretty high quality. So we'll see. But that's what everybody says. I would recommend it just I haven't printed with it yet, but I would recommend it just based on the amount of people that have recommended it so far. Yeah, these trays that he has in here, I can tell you guys, for your maker spaces, these trays are going to be game changers. You can put some heavy stuff in there and a bunch of it. I'm going to print a bunch of these little trays out. I tell you right now, I'm going to print a bunch of them. Yeah, look, he's got his drill on there and everything. I'm currently printing the hydroponics tower with the Sunlu PETG defaults. Works great, yeah. Yeah, for the most part, I will tell you, for the most part, the default settings on the Bambu, at least on my X1C, I don't know about the P1S or P1P, but I would imagine it's pretty much the same. But the default settings are generally pretty doggone good. And Robert, yeah, his tower's going great. Got all of his spices and onions going strong. Yeah, I think he sent us a picture of your hydroponic tower, didn't you, Robert? Wouldn't it? I think it was white. I think he sent us a couple pictures of that on one of the very first streams. Yeah, see all these little trays, these different size trays and everything, going to be super handy. I'm going to print a bunch of these out. Let's take a look at this print. I don't know, it looks pretty jacked. Can the ABS print that flexible gecko? It doesn't look like it so far. I don't know. We're going to have another live stream failure. Yeah. Let's start that one again. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, so that was on the texture plate. and it was peeling up on these little tiny parts. And as you know, on the texture plate with those little tiny stuff, it does like to move around. So I switched this to the high temp plate. And we'll give that a try for the second time. And then Chris, I'll send you the time lapse of my print. Just need email again. It is in the description, Chris, but it's lendizzleprintz with a Z. I'll put it in the chat here. And then Robert still can't get my peppers to do well enough. Yeah, I'm not a horticulture expert by any means. And I barely play a 3D expert on TV. Just kidding. Alright, so we'll let that thing heat up. And Derek sent us all kinds of pictures. We still have a couple more to go. I really like these little honeycomb holders. I think he has different sizes of them. Let's look at that. I think it's these ones. Yeah, different sized ones. It's really cool. And see, that's a good idea too. You can like put one of these honeycomb racks like on the inside of your cabinet door and put all your spices on the inside of the door and save a little bit of space in there and organize it a little bit. Or inside of your pantry or something like that. Or next to your stove. That's a pretty good idea. And it's good to know that these are in here and fit those. This looks like a standard size spice container. And then Robert says, my printing's on hold right now, moving everything to the basement. I know how that goes. I had to move from this little closet into the new studio. And I still don't have everything moved over into there. I'm still moving in between. Like right now, I'm streaming from the closet. And everything else is in the studio. In other interesting news, I got a second printer the other day. It's not Bambu. Colorado Adventure Club, please don't give away what kind it is, but there'll be a video of me reviewing a different kind of 3D printer in the very near future. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and check that out. And then Chris says that he sent us an email here. And I guess it's a video. Oh, here's the time lapse. And you said that was PETG, Sunlu PETG, Chris? It did a good job on that overhang right there. Let's watch that again. And you did a pretty wide brim on it. Engineering plate. Did a really good job on this overhang right there. I'm impressed. That did a good job. That's some pretty good filament. It looks really good. And Robert says with the new SLA printer, I need to set up ventilation system and new workbenches. Yeah, in this studio, in this closet, I didn't have a window, but right outside the door of this closet is a window, so I was able to keep it somewhat ventilated. But now in the studio, I have a window pretty much right next. It's not right next to the printer, but it's very close to the printer, and I can open it all the way and ventilate it. Mars 3 Pro resin printer. Robert, you have to send us some of the pictures of those prints. Alright, let's see if this is trying to fail on the print again. It's still doing bed leveling. Takes it a minute to get that bed hot. I can tell you that textured plate was pretty hot when I pulled it out of there. Yeah, I haven't done any resin printing. I actually talked to Hendrick Motorsports a little bit about that. They do some resin printing as well. It's very interesting to see how many non-amateur people are getting into 3D printing and doing 3D printing of all different types. I really enjoyed printing with the ABS. I can tell you that stuff prints good. And the smell isn't crazy. And if you guys haven't checked out Colorado Adventure Club's channel, he just dropped a new video the other day of a rock crawling tournament. That was pretty cool. Be sure you go over there and check out his channel as well. And I ordered some of the ASA as well. I'll do a video on the ASA. It's supposed to be similar to ABS. So I'll do a video on that and check it out and see what it prints like. But I really like the carbon fiber ones. All of them have been pretty good. The carbon fiber PETG and the PLA are probably my favorites. And then PC, that stuff prints really well. I like the way that the PC prints. And then ABS, if you need to make parts that gotta last a long time, consider using ABS for that. And it always gets that little glob of stuff on there. Hopefully it comes off. Ooh, it looks like it did. Has anybody else printed with ABS or ASA? Apparently Legos are made out of ABS. I learned that in my research of the filament, which I found was interesting. So we'll see if it sticks to this plate with the little flexible piece. For those of you that just joined, we tried it on the textured plate, but it started peeling up on these little places right here because I didn't put any brim or anything on it. And then Jasoa, nope, I have a reel, just haven't needed it yet. I didn't even try it on my old CR10. That's funny. I had a CR10 Pro V, whatever nonsense that thing was. What are you printing with now, Jasoa? And then Robert says it's good Bambu is expanding their filament lineup. Has anyone got the special with the PLA CF? So I got that special. I did an order like 2 weeks ago, and I think somebody on here, it might have been you or Peter, had mentioned that you have to sign up for their newsletter to get those specials. So I signed up for the newsletter, and I got that PLA CF $1.99 special. And I just ordered that today. It came back into stock. So I think I have all the colors of that except for the lava gray. I have black, red, and then I have the blue and the green on the way right now. But I did order that, so it'll be in the next week, Robert. And then just so it has a X1C and prints PLA, PETG, and TPU. Then your PLA CF is scheduled to arrive on Monday. Did you get the $1.99 bundle or whatever too? I was for sure to take advantage of that. I already had some PLA CF, but I didn't have every color. So I think I might do a video and do a multicolor print with the PLA CF and see how it does with that. And yeah, through the special. Yeah, and if you haven't got the special for the $1.99, I hadn't got it either. And the last time I placed an order, I signed up for their newsletter. And then I received an email a couple of days later with the $1.99 for 2 spools of PLA carbon fiber. I mean, you might as well. Yeah, it's like $10 with the delivery and everything. Yeah, and just I ordered 2 other spools, so it was over $50. So I got the free shipping, and I'm basically getting 4 spools for the price of 2. So, oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna stick much better to the hot plate or the high temp plate. So yeah, if you haven't done that, make a fake Gmail address or whatever and sign up for their newsletter the next time you order something, and they'll send you the little code for that. Yeah, I think it was like $7 for shipping and tax. It was like $10 or whatever if you did it that way. But like I said, I just added a couple of rolls. I got some of that gradient and that ASA, and then added that carbon fiber bundle to that. And then Chris said he sent some more pics of some of the hydro parts. Oh yeah, that turned out really good. And that's all Sunlu PETG, you said, Chris? Yeah, every picture that I see of the Sunlu looks really good. And like I said, it looked really good in the package. I haven't taken it out of the plastic or whatever, but it looks like high quality filament. Yeah, haven't tried ASA yet. Looking forward to trying it for project. Yeah, I haven't done it either. I just ordered some, and I'll print something with it and see what it's like. Make a video. Yeah, all Sunlu. Yeah, it looks really cool. And Robert, I can't remember, you printed yours out of PC, I believe? Yeah, really happy with it so far. That's what everybody says about the Sunlu. PETG, that's right. Yeah, this would be something that I would print out of, ABS might be something worth looking at to print this as well. It's supposed to be super durable. And then I tend to go cheap and pick up whatever is on sale on Amazon, but I really should stick with the provider. Heading to Micro Center tomorrow to see what they have in stock. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to dial something in and do all of that and do a whole bunch of stuff, then yeah, you might want to stick with one. I tend to be like you, man. I'm looking for the cheap, but I don't go extra cheap. I have had one, what is it? G Tech. Stay away from them. GEEE Tech on Amazon. Stay away from them. They're the only ones that I've had an issue with. But yeah, I mean, most of them print fairly well, but I mean, just some of them you can look at the quality, just looks really good. Like on this one, for example, the quality just looks really, really good. And then Linden Doctor, hey, welcome back, Linden Doctor. I just received my $2 filament. I ordered some ASA today. I did the same. It's more than 25% off. PLA. NSG, hi, I'm curious. The print quality under my supports on my X1Cs looks like a $10 3D pen. Yeah, look at the settings of your support. NSG, that's funny. It looks like a 3D pen. That's funny. So under your support settings here, make sure you're doing tree or normal and make sure it's the way that you want it to be. And if it's on the build plate only or whatever, make sure that all of those settings are what you want it to be in SG. But yeah, that could be like what I think is possible going on is maybe you have the tree hybrid or something like that. And maybe on build plate only, and it's doing something weird with that. But check these settings and make sure you don't have something crazy or unintended there. And then Robert, I went with the white and black. Should have used a darker color on the bottom to cut down on algae growth. It's good to know. And then just so I've had a few that seem like they were weak, but overall I've had good luck. Yeah, I mean, if you're manufacturing stuff and selling it on Etsy or something like that, then you probably need to stick with one just so you have the same quality. But if you're just printing just different random stuff, like that's basic. I don't really print the same thing over and over except for like the honeycomb stuff. And that I do use the same manufacturer just so it's all the same consistency or whatever. But outside of that, I don't see why you can't print everything. And then CDD question. I had the X1C since February. For some reason, it was one of those faulty ones with many problems like Mac board, hot end, etc. They were awesome, so send it back and we'll get refund. Just what do you think of the P1? What you think P1S is better option? So if you look at my video last week, I talk about the differences between those and really what the difference is, in my humble opinion, is really it comes down to the filament that you want to do. The X1C with its aluminum enclosure and everything is going to be able, you'll learn tomorrow, sneak peek in tomorrow's video keeping a consistent temperature with things like ABS and PC and ASA and those different types of things is really important to getting the quality prints there. The P1S, while it has an enclosure, is a plastic enclosure. It's plastic and glass. So do keep that in mind, CDD. If you're looking at the differences between there, it really comes down to, are you going to do a lot of prints with PC, ABA? Really, it says on the differences there, if you look at last week's video, I show the guide between all of them. It doesn't recommend the carbon fiber through the P1S or the P1P, which I'm not sure I agree with that, but it it doesn't have that. So really, that's the question that you need to ask yourself, CDD, and that will determine between the P1S and the X1C. The P1S is $100 more than the P1P. It has an upgraded chain drive thing or whatever, and it has the enclosures. So I wouldn't even consider the P1P at this point. But yeah, the P1S or the X1C, it's going to depend on if you need to really print a lot of those high temp ones. That'll be the difference maker. Hey, Joe, late again. It's okay. And then a few times the support prints looked horrible on camera, so I went to look directly on the printer and they look way better. I've had that happen too. Then Chris said he sent some more close-ups. Let's see how this is, the print's doing here. Oh yeah, it's doing real good. And then NSG will look at the settings. Yeah, let me know if that's the case there. The other thing is make sure your nozzle's not clogged, because those are like smaller, more intricate parts. If your nozzle's slightly clogged, that may cause that as well. And then just so I paint most of mine, so most filament works fine. Yeah, if you're gonna just sand and paint it, you know, that works fine. Covered in primer and paint. Yeah, I mean. You just so any recommendations on what type of primer and paint people would use on there? I always forget to ask that when I hear people that prime and paint. Is there any specific brand, or is it airbrushing or any of that type of stuff that you would recommend for us there? And then CDD, I do have a bunch of spare parts for the X1C too. So that, yeah, I would get the X1C then, because you have the spare parts. If it goes down, you can just replace the parts. You know what I mean? All right, Chris, let's see. You sent some more close-ups here. And thank you for sending in all these pictures, Chris. And then Colorado Adventure Club, I see you sent some pictures as well. Let me pull these up real fast. There's more pictures from Chris. Yeah, that Sunlu just looks really good. Really high quality. And a layer adhesion and all that's fine, it looks like. Yeah, you can barely see any lines in it. You're welcome, CDD. Colorado Adventure Club. I've been getting into airbrushing and love it, but large objects are good for rattle can. I just get heavy build primer from Walmart, and for spray paint, I actually buy the regular cans of spray paint and spray into a cup and use that paint in smaller airbrush. Interesting. Yeah, I've been wondering about airbrushing and rattle can. I can rattle can stuff. I've done plenty of that. But I haven't done very much airbrushing or anything like that. That's why I got a multicolor printer, because I'm not a painter. If it needs to be painted with a solid color, I'm pretty good at that. But if it's got to be multiple colors, I am not your guy for that. Yeah, see, that looks really good. And then Linden Doctor, I think if you upgrade to the hard extruder drive gears and nozzle on the P1S, it shouldn't matter for printing carbon fiber. Agree. The X1C build plate will go hotter too. Yeah, I think it's like 10C or whatever from 100 to 110. And I think that's because it's the aluminum enclosure can just hold the heat. Yeah, rattle cans are good for larger prints, but sometimes have too heavy coverage. It's good info. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out your airbrush setup, Colorado Adventure Club. I'm going to have to do that. Hey, Robert, I get my brother to do the painting. I'm about to con Colorado Adventure Club into doing some painting. Also did try high gloss black oil-based paint on some of the parts. Looked very nice. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings thing. Yeah, I was wondering if a good portion of your prints, Colorado Adventure Club, were airbrushed. And that's on your shorts on your channel, right? Don't you have that little short of that one with the lights and everything? Is that the same one? Yeah, the X1C almost prints too fast. I have too many projects backed up waiting for time to sand and paint. That's so funny. That's a good problem to have, I guess, right? Yeah, see, I don't paint. I haven't painted anything, really. That's so funny. All right, let's see what Colorado Adventure Club sent us here. And that's his rock truck. That looks cool. Yeah, and all of this is PLA plus, right? The body and everything. Colorado Adventure Club, all of the little stuff that you put in the back, all of this is all PLA plus, right? Bambu or Sunlu? The sliders are PETG. Yeah, see, those rock sliders, that'd be another thing I would look at ABS on. Sunlu. Yeah, all Sunlu stuff. PLA plus PETG. All right, y'all. It's been an hour. Looks like our time's up once again. I really do appreciate everybody joining us today. And I hope to see you tomorrow during the tomorrow's video where we'll be printing with ABS. I'm a big fan of that moving forward. I would definitely print with more. Before we leave, I'll give one more sneak peek at our lizard. Looks like he's printing just fine. And I'll be sure to snap a picture with the cool orange eyes and everything and save that for next week's stream. Yeah, ABS is softer. PETG is slick. PC may be another thing to think of there too. That's hard and slick. Sunlu PLA Metaprints Great Evan at crazy mode. Even at crazy mode. Interesting. You're welcome, Jasoam. Have a good evening as well. Chris, have a good evening. Robert, good to see you again. Have a good evening. Colorado Venture Club, Lyndon Doctor, NSG, CDD. Thank you, everybody, for your comments. Joe, thanks, even though you joined late. Thank you for joining again and contributing. Really appreciate it. Be sure to smash that like button on the way out. And I'll see everybody tomorrow, and I'll see everybody next weekend in the live stream. If you're in the Las Vegas area, I'll be there all week. So have a good week, everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend.